Richa Sera, Editor-in-Chief, Responsible Hospitals, and today I have Dr. Aruna Kalra with me, and she's a senior gynecologist and obstetrician with CK Birla Hospitals, having 23 plus years of experience. So welcome to you, and it's so nice to have you here. So Dr. Aruna, today we're going to talk about your personal stuff, your story. Just tell us that how have you been into this journey and what made you to become a doctor?
Thank you very much, and I'm really excited about this interview. First question what you asked, that okay, if I start from my childhood, my doll was always a doctor. Can you believe that? So, and then because we used to read books, those Florence Nightingale stories are very, very impressive stories. And I thought that my doll has to work towards patients, and she should be very empathetic, and I used to fight for that role. Every doll, anybody, like my sister's doll would be something or the other, but my doll has to be a doctor or a nurse. It started from there, but how it developed into a passion, and it was a really difficult thing. My father being a clerk, very lower middle class family, it was a struggle to find a coaching and to pay for it, and then to get through a government medical college. If it was not government medical college, I don't think I would have ever become a doctor. And if I was not a doctor, I can't imagine what I could have been doing.
Awesome, that's a beautiful thing you have mentioned. And which place you belong to?
So we were in Delhi before, and then we settled in UP, Ghaziabad, and then that's how I gave CPMT exam, UP entrance exam. We have 7-8 medical colleges in UP, and I worked with one of them.
So who all are there in your family?
Okay, we had 3 sisters, and my father reared everybody like a boy, or we are all professionals. I'm the eldest one. I became doctor with all the hardship he paid so much for my tuitions and everything. Younger sisters are, one of my sisters is in London. She has done PhD in physics, and she's teaching English people there. So she is the head of department in electronics physics in London. And second sister, middle one, she's also a teacher. She's in Delhi.
How about your kids and your husband?
Okay, so my kids, I think they idolize me, and I'm really, really thankful for that, and I love them a lot. So my daughter wanted to become a doctor because she had seen me as a doctor, and she totally adores me, and she thinks this is a very flowery profession, because I get so much love from my patients. Every day I go home with hands full of gifts. Purses, saris, or some diamond rings, and my daughter thinks, or my son also, he's 8 years younger than my daughter. They think that this profession brings gifts to everyone, and I guess that is why they also wanted to become a doctor. My daughter has finished her MBBS. She's finished her internship and doing entrance exam preparation. And son is in 10th, he's in Sri Ramaravali, and he also wants to become a doctor.
That's awesome, because I usually ask this question from all the doctors, that you want your kids to become a doctor. So most of them they'll say, we want them to choose it. But you are clear, and that's so nice, because I'm sure we have been listening about you from people that it has been a great experience with Dr. Aruna Kalra. You have been so popular. People really want to get the delivery done from your hands, and they have real faith in you, and which is what everybody would want, that, and they see you like this. So great. Doctor, how did you thought about being a gynecologist?
Okay, again, I would say that not really, I never thought that I would become a gynecologist, but now I'm happy that I became a gynecologist. 2 lives in one patient, I deal with the life of mother and life of a baby.
Absolutely.
And which is like I'm always multiplying my patients for one patient, and I'm like square root. So I wanted to become a neurosurgeon. So I always wanted to become a surgeon because that's what I thought gives me thrill, doing intricate surgeries and everything. But then, and my entrance post-graduation entrance exam, I got a very good rank, and surgery was on the platter. But surgery and then post-surgery, I had to do neuro surgery and fellowship in that, and it was a very long course. And I was pregnant that time, 19 months, when I went for counseling. So I was thinking that I do not want to actually do now. I want to look after my child, whoever, after delivery. And after getting such a high rank, my husband actually forced me that you have to choose something. It's not that you are not going to do post graduation. You would repent in your life. You always wanted to become a doctor. And then I fell for obs and gynae because I was pregnant and I was totally into obs and gynae at that point.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. So since being a gynecologist, it's a very responsible job that you have to get up any time from the bed to see a patient, and you are actually doing a big job for getting deliveries done. Any instance which reminds you even every day or let's say frequently that this client or let's say this delivery of mine was like something which I still recall. Any instance you remember?
Okay, so no, I would say Richa, every delivery is very very personal to me, and because as I said that this is my passion. I do not treat it as my work. Okay, if I'm not doing this, I'm really restless. I just want to be around with those women, with my patients, and I feel really good comforting them when they are having pains and aches of pregnancy or psychological trouble they are going through during pregnancy or post delivery. So once, yes, there is a story. See, the thing is that there was a stigma, if you can recall a few years back or even now, female child was not very welcoming.
Yes,
and all
yes,
those
that's
things.
right.
One of my patients was delivering one after another female kids. And there was one point when I personally wanted, God, please, this time it should be boy. And I don't know why I felt that, because I was with her in every delivery. She was totally wonderful. She's like totally wonderful girl, and she adored her kids. But as you know that in our
Indian mentality in society, they were like another girl, okay, got it.
So this time when she was pregnant, she was not happy. She was her only thought was that if it is not a boy, her life would be ruined. Her daughter's life would be ruined because they would not be taken care of. They might not be given that due importance in their life. And once I delivered the baby, I actually closed my eyes and I was like, God, this time if it is not a boy, and most of the time I do this kind of very emotional stuff that I'll keep fast of this day if you give this thing.
Doctors do that?
And
That's something interesting.
and I would go to this temple if you do this, and every time. And this time I actually followed that. I said, dear God, this time please grant her wish, and whatever you would say, I would do that. I go to the temple. I go anywhere. I see. We have to have faith in God, because we treat them, but definitely if we do not have faith, who is doing all these things miraculous job? And she did not do it.
That's awesome story. That's really an awesome, and it's really great to know that doctors also think like this.
And
I never thought this, and I'm sure this message should go and spread it over, because a lot of people think that these guys are surgeons and they have no emotion. They just cut it and they just get the baby out and they're done. So if the doctors have emotion, that's something which will bring happiness to everybody's mind. So that's so nice of you, doctor. That's such a great thing which I have, which I got to know today. So tell me something about your husband also. What he does.
Okay, so he's a pediatrician.
That's a great combination. I would say a lot of guys, they marry to pediatricians.
But it's not like he has not, like we have not benefited on this front from each other, because he does not come for my deliveries. He is a very calm, gentle and content person. He would do his OPD and then no calls. so no delivery calls for him at all.
Okay.
He loves golf and he wants to have his weekends on golf course. And he's happy with only OPD practice. So there is no like commercialization about that.
That's awesome. No? That's what people want. So, I mean, what do you do when you are free and how do you refresh yourself?
Okay, so I read a lot. I'm a voracious reader, and every time you would see, even in my OPD, I have one or the other book, and I just try to finish them. I read about war stories, autobiographies, and everything on paper I would want to read. So I just want a cup of coffee, silence, and my book. Once upon a time, I was learning Kathak and Bharatanatyam also, and I loved that. But now I think I'm menopause.
You have maintained well for that. That's great. And any message which you want to spread it to the women today, that which you think that they are not conscious enough and they should be conscious, and that's the time that they should be more aware about. Any message you would want to give from your side?
Okay, so one message which to everybody, life is a journey, and do not take it very very seriously. Try to live every moment. I would say that do not think of retirement. Try to live your passion. Okay, do not do anything which is not giving you happiness. If it is your job, try to find passion in it, or try to change your job and do, because you are living every day is 8 to 10 hours in your job, during your job. So you're wasting that time if you're not passionate about it, and that passion you would bring to your house, and you would spread that positive energy in your kids, and your kids are your reflection. If you are positive, they would be positive. Take care of your health, stay fit. I would say every girl, because a girl has a family to look after, and if you're happy and if you're healthy, your kids would be happy and healthy, and definitely your family will be positive. That is my message to all of you.
Awesome. I mean, it was really great having you here. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you very much.